Alrighty boys, welcome to the YouTube video, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you how I find winning products that print me 100k per month in just under 20 minutes. And yes, it is that fucking easy. This exact blueprint is what's made me $101,000 in the first 30 days of starting my newest store. As you guys can see here, 100k in the first month, and now we are currently at $197,000, and it hasn't even been 2 months, so this strategy does work. Also, the store that I started before this one hit 88,500. This was all done within the first 30 days, and then the next month we also did $130,000. So this strategy, again, does work. And for those of you guys who don't know me and are new to this channel, my name is Perry Shea. I am a 7-figure clothing brand owner, building this to 8 figures, but I do drop shipping, and this channel is basically me documenting everything and teaching you everything that I learn, all the tips, all the sauce. I've done over $3 million so far with my clothing brand. This screenshot is a little bit outdated. And yeah, this was our last Black Friday. But enough of that, let's get right into the video. So before I go into this blueprint, I want to first talk about KaylaData. I know a lot of you guys who are watching probably use KaylaData as your main product research strategy, which is not the most optimal. Why? It's because everyone and their mom knows KaylaData. We all grew up watching Subi and all those other kids who were absolutely killing it with KaylaData, and it was working back then, but it's really outdated now. Everyone is using the exact same filters. You guys are seeing the exact same products, and to be honest, it doesn't show that many products. Whereas what I'm about to teach you, literally you can see every single product on the market that stores are using and printing with. So if you're using KaylaData, I would suggest you guys stop doing that. It's just not good. All right, now for the moment you guys have been waiting for, my blueprint. So step 1, use either Facebook Ad Library or GetHook to find products/stores. A lot of you guys are familiar with Facebook Ad Library. You can do manual research right here, which is very simple. If you guys don't know this, there's plenty of tutorials out there, but you essentially just pick United States, all ads, and then you search up the keyword. Let's say we're searching up for native ads, we'd be searching up read this if. But I personally like to do it in GetHook just because of how good the filters are, and I just find that I'm able to find a lot more options on here rather than Ad Library. So in this video, I'm going to be showing a live demonstration through GetHook of my product research strategy. Now, a lot of you guys may be concerned about the price of it. It is quite expensive on the yearly plan or the monthly plan, but good news, it is free in Luxury Tools, which will be linked in my bio. You'll be able to get this tool plus the other tools that are needed in my strategy for only $29. So it's definitely an absolute steal. I personally use this every single day, so very helpful. Okay, moving on to step 2, we have to validate the existing winning sites that we find on GetHooked using the tool SimilarWeb. This is basically a store that's able to tell us the exact traction that these stores, the ones that we find here on GetHooked, and how many monthly sessions they are doing, and then we can basically times that by their an average CVR of 2 to 3%, and we can calculate how much money they're making per month. And this will basically help us validate and tell us, is it worth running this product? Of course, I'm going to be showing you guys how to do this step by step through a live demonstration just in a moment. Okay, so this list right here is extremely important when going through GetHooked, so I really want you guys to pay attention. This is basically me and what I'm thinking while I'm scrolling through GetHooked. Like my thought process of, okay, is this product worth continuing and going through step 2 and step 3? This will be something that develops over time. It's definitely a skill, but again, once you get your reps in, just like anything else, you'll start to get really good at it. So you'll save a lot more time in the product research stage. Okay, point number 1 is, what are the COGS? What does COGS stand for? It stands for cost of goods. So this is the price of the item excluding shipping. So in order to find out how much your product costs, you would simply take that product over to 1688 or Alibaba, and you would find the price there. If it's expensive, bad. If it's cheap, it's good. Then next thing you want to know is, okay, is this product small or is it big? What's the volume? If the volume is big, then the shipping is going to be very expensive. Volume actually matters a lot, even more than the actual weight of the product. So if you have something that is light and very big, the shipping is going to be extremely expensive, because volume actually costs almost more than how density works. So if you have something that's, you see and it's like, oh, it looks pretty light, but it's quite big, then it's gonna cost a lot to ship, and you gotta keep that in mind. But then if the product is heavy and small, it also could cost a lot. So ideally we wanna find something that is light and small. Point number 3 is, do customers want multiple of this item or only one? So for example, if I'm trying to buy, let's say, orthopedic gloves, so these are gloves that help usually elderly people with their mobility problems in their hands, do they really want to have more than 2, right? They'll probably even just want 1. They're not gonna wanna have 2, 3, 4, because why? The gloves are supposed to, well, obviously you wanna sell something that's good quality, so they're gonna last a long time. There's no point of people needing to buy more than 1. So this would be a case where it wouldn't be good. Not saying that you can't run that product. I've seen like stores that were doing millions of dollars, but it's just something that it becomes a lot harder because you don't have that variable of, oh, I can upsell them more and more to increase the AOV, right? So yeah, try to find a product that is able to sell multiple of that item so you can increase your AOV. Point number 4 is, does it solve a real problem? This is a very, very important point. Of course, this stems literally, this is like the fundamental basis of it, right? If your product is just a gimmick and it doesn't really solve a deep insecurity or problem, then it is not gonna be worth running. There's not gonna be any longevity because it's just simply pretty much useless, right? So it has to solve a problem. What size is the TAM? So the total addressable market. Is it something that is extremely niche and the actual, like the market itself is very small? This can be done through a very simple search on Google. One quick thing I want to point is like, why do we want a bigger TAM is because essentially we can scale up higher. If this TAM is small, that means eventually you're going to hit like a ceiling, which is the total addressable market, and there's not going to be anyone else in that market that hasn't seen your product or has bought. Of course, this is like a problem that is a good problem to have, and you can always expand your SKU line, but that's essentially why we want to find a TAM that is relatively big. All right, I'm going to walk you guys through a live demonstration before we get to step 3, because it doesn't really matter if you don't find something that checks off all of these, there's no point of running step 3. So let's get right into it. Okay, we're now in Luxury Tools, and what I'm going to be opening is Get Hooked and SimilarWeb. So once you have those open, we're going to head over to Get Hooked first. Once Get Hooked is open, click on Discover Ads, and then you're going to find yourself here. You're going to set the country to United States. You're going to set the performance to these top 2. We don't want to have these because these are poor performing ads, and we obviously don't want to see ads that aren't making money. And then we're going to limit the ads per brand to 5. This basically declutters the entire search, unlike Ad Library, where you're gonna have 300 ads from one brand, and when you're trying to find a new store for reference, you're gonna have to scroll for years. Next, for ad format, you want to select image, and then status is still running. Runtime, I would put 25 days. Why? Because we don't want ads that have just ran or just been launched in the past couple weeks. There's not enough time usually for these brands to get data and to know if they're winning ads, so we don't want to see that. Now that we have everything set up, we're gonna start looking through these ads. So I'm gonna just name every single native ad. So this is a native ad, this is a native ad, probably not a native ad, not a native ad, not a native ad. This is definitely a native ad. This is not, yes, 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 no. So you guys can probably see these are clearly not native ads. And my suggestion is for you guys to click on every single native ad to see what product they're running, because some of them are not so obvious. For example, this one is very obvious. It's going to be some sort of anti-theft or some sort of lock for bikes. This one, not so much. I do know what this one is though. We clicked onto it. It's a water purification device. Basically, you can drink water from the lake. There were actually a few that are such good products that I've never seen before, and I know for a fact would print. For example, this one right here. This one caught my eye because personally, I like anything that has to do with nerve pain, body aching, because that's a real thing. Something that I even, and probably you guys have experienced too, right? Because we're constantly sitting down, my back is always hurting. So things like this personally stand out to me. So I clicked onto it, and this was the site. So that ad led me to Luma Pet, which first off, when I'm looking at this product, I'm like, wow, this product has so much potential. Why? Solves a real problem, right? Red light therapy is an existing technology. People use it for their joints. They use it for their face to make their skin better. So it probably can be applicable to pets, and I've never seen it applied to pets. Now, of course, you guys should probably do a quick Google search to see if red light therapy on pets is real or bullshito. If it's bullshito, there's not going to be any longevity for this brand if you decide to run this store, because people are basically going to call you out, the reviews are going to be bad, and it's just going to be downhill from there. So it solves a real problem. Now, when I'm looking at this, it looks extremely light and not heavy. So the shipping cost is probably very cheap, and the product cost is very cheap. So what I would do is I'd take this, bring it to Alibaba, $16.88, and check if it is cheap. I already know for a fact it is definitely going to be cheap, so it checks off the COGS and also the shipping. Now, does this have a big TAM? Of course it does. Everyone has a pet, or almost everyone. I have so many pets. I'm sure a lot of you guys who are watching have pets. So if this is a real problem and a lot of people have pets, then the TAM is going to be big, which is very good. It means that we are able to scale this like pretty much to 7, 8 figures, 9 figures maybe down the road. Next checkbox is, will people buy multiple of this product or just one? Now, a lot of you guys probably can argue that, you know, they're probably only gonna want one, and that is the case for most people, but you could also position it as, you know, since so many people have pets, they might wanna buy multiple to give to their cousins, their, I don't know, their grandparents, their parents who also have pets, right? So this product does somewhat check it off. It just can be, it really depends on how you position it in your offer. But as you can see, they are only selling it as one. And to be honest, their product, their offer could be improved through free gifts, which is kind of like another bonus checkbox that I do mention in step 3, is that for the actual product, can it be paired with a lot of free gifts? Long story short, yes, absolutely with this product. Why? Because with pets, you can literally give them, like there's a million pet toys, right? You can pair it with like, hey, why don't you can get this free exercise toy for your pet, basically to encourage them to, you know, get their joints moving, while also you have the main hero product, which is going to be for recovery. The last step is to see how many competitors are for this product. But before we do that, since we're on the page, we go into step 2, which is to use SimilarWeb to find out exactly how many monthly visits the store is getting and calculate how much money they're making on per month on average. So what we'll do is we'll take the link here and then we'll go back to luxury tools, go to SimilarWeb, and you're gonna paste the website right here. As you can see, LumaPet shows up, and there we go. They're doing 105,000 total visits, so roughly around 35,000 per month. I will say SimilarWeb always downplays how much sessions they're doing, so I always increase the amount of monthly visits. So for, in this case, 105,000, they're probably close to 150 to 200,000, meaning they're doing around 60,000 to 70,000 monthly visits. With this information, we will take the average conversion rate of 2 to 3%, so let's just say 3%, and we'll multiply it by the monthly visits. Input the amount of monthly sessions that they get, so in this case it's 60,000 monthly visits, and then we're going to times that by the 3% conversion rate, which is 0.03. This will give us the total amount of orders that LumaPet is getting per month, which is 1,800 orders. Now, what we'll do is we'll find the price of their product that they're selling it for, which is 109 Canadian dollars, which equates to 77 USD. So what we'll do is take 77 USD times 1,800, and this gives us their monthly revenue of $138,000 per month. They're already on track to doing 7 figures per year. So this product is clearly making them a lot of money. Okay, so now that we've validated the store through SimilarWeb and we've checked off all of these here, the last thing to do is to see how many competitors are there. We can use GetHooked or AdLibrary, but in this case, I'm gonna just use AdLibrary for simplicity's sake, and then we're gonna go search up the keyword. In this case, it's gonna be red light therapy dog, and we're gonna see how many ads are being run right now. So we can see 670 ads, and let's see if this is actually our product. Boom, you can see LumaPet right here. How many other ads do we have? Other brands. One right here, pawprovit.com. We can check this, see what site or what product they're running here. Nope, they're running some sort of supplement. So guys, it looks like this product is extremely untapped. It looks like LumaPet is the only brand that is running this red light therapy device for pets, which is excellent. This is what we want to see. Basically, the product that we're looking at right now is an absolute S tier product, which we can then move on to step 3, which is a final check. Now, I've brought up 3 screenshots of 3 different offers. Now, what I wanted to show you guys here is how they have free gifts. And in this case, you can see the free gift is a scoop for the tubs, which is honestly kind of weak. Ebooks are pretty weak, but very applicable to almost any product. And then their third tub is actually just priority shipping. So this one's just very standard. For Resilia, you can see they have a premium bamboo glass jar. This is a very nice free gift that is that can pair well for these supplements. This can be paired with pretty much anything dog related, because this is for recovery. You can give them pet toys so that they are active, and you're encouraging for their mobility health. So you can just throw in some free dog toys there. So it does pair well with free gifts. Next, if we go to Amazon, we search up red light therapy pet dog. We want to see that there's pretty much no competition. As you can see, literally we can't even find our device. There's a pad, like a sleeping pad, and then these like wands, or like these kind of like flashlights. So we don't see our product, which is a good sign. It means it's very untapped and people aren't going to be likely to shop alternatively on Amazon. Right here, I've attached a bad versus good listing. So just like we just searched, you can see this one is good because there's no reviews, there's no prime shipping, meaning there's not many suppliers on Amazon selling that exact product. Whereas for example, like chargers, a million different chargers, there's going to be 1-day shipping, look, delivers tomorrow, hundreds, thousands of reviews. We do not want to see that. And finally, we go to Google Trends. So you can search up on Google Trends, search up the same exact keyword, and then see how it's been trending. For this case, the sleep apnea prevention device, you can see the trend has been increasing to an all-time max as of now. This is literally the exact step-by-step product research strategy that I use to hit 100K plus per month products. And it's pretty straightforward. You will get better at it when you put the reps in. And once you put the reps in, you're just gonna spot products, winning products left and right. There's honestly an abundance of winning products. Once you can really develop your dropshipping eye and go through this process, it'll just become so much easier. And that pretty much wraps up the video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. And I really wish you guys the best. I hope you're able to find a winning product soon. And for all the softwares that we use, it is included in Luxury Tools for only $29. So SimilarWeb, GetHooked, plus $3,500 worth of other tools, all for $29. This is going to be linked in the bio if you guys are interested. And yeah, I can't wait to post more video, guys. I really appreciate the support. Make sure to subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.